Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Thank you so much for being on standby. Welcome back to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's time for Mainland Focus. Before we went on that break, I did tell you that after all the conversations that we have here on radio, feedback is necessary because this is the only way we can tell how these stories impact you as an individual or as a group. As long as you're a citizen of the country and you're experiencing these conversations that we're having in real time, it's best that we hear from the horse's mouth. And so we've created multiple channels through which you can communicate with us here on Mainland FM. The phone lines are open. Our social media platform is also available for you to communicate with us. And for those of you who use non-internet phones, you can send text messages. The numbers will be reeled out in just a few minutes as we present the stories for Mainland Focus for today. My name is Sage Babalola, and for Mainland Focus, two stories, of course, have been selected. The first of which happens to be the decision that has been made by the president that crude be sold in naira to Dangote and other marketers and other those who have been granted license to operate refineries in the country. But then Dangote is at the top of this particular consideration because he currently is the one that has a functional refinery. So the conversation would be expectations now that this particular decision has been made. The 450,000 barrels that is required for domestic consumption in the country would be sold in naira to Dangote refinery, and experts have already predicted that this would in the long run cause a reduction in the pump price of PMS. So aside from this particular initiative of the government, right, what else do you think we can do, especially to rectify all the many wrongs within the oil sector, so that at the end of the day we're able to buy PMS at a much reduced price? And then the second conversation for today is the statement credited to Tunji Ojo, who says Tinubu means well and we should give him time to rescue Nigeria. There was an interview and he had quite a lot to say. He said there are many things that are wrong with the economy. This particular administration had their work cut out for them. And so we have to give this administration time to fix the problems that we had before. And then we will start to see the benefit of the policies of this administration. Of course, he admitted that it's difficult to overlook the hardship that Nigerians are going through. But regardless, a little bit of patience, a little bit of time is what this administration requires for them to fulfill the promises that they made to Nigerians whilst they were campaigning for the position. So those are the two stories we have for you. The decision that has been made regarding Dangote refinery and other refineries that would come on board in a few months, that the crude be sold to them in naira. So automatically that should cause a reduction in the pump price of PMS in the long run. And of course, giving the president time, how much time can we afford this administration before we start to see the benefits that they promise or the light that they promise is at the end of the tunnel? Let's talk to Fuhad very briefly before we start to take public contributions. Fuhad, nice to have you again.
Thank you so much, Sage.
Yes.
Again, for Dangote refinery and other refineries, that decision by the government, welcome development, welcome, better late than never, really. Because again, people are already questioning why you have to take this long for the government to make that decision. But again, it has happened, it has happened, and now begin to take some positives from that decision and see how to begin to address some of the long years of distortion in the Nigerian oil sector, needless distortion in the Nigerian oil sector, and disruptions too, which of course comes as a result of all manner of corruption and what have you. Very brilliant idea. There's no way you're going to look at it that you don't see some, very brilliant motives towards this idea of now ensuring that Dangote refinery and other refineries get food oil supply locally and also that it's sold to them in naira. Again, I think one of the conversations is that look, they're also going to peg the exchange rate so that it's not going to be, because again, even if you're going to sell in naira, We still have to look at the rates and what have you. But again, I think that we should, as much as possible, domesticate all of the pricing around crude oil supply locally to our refineries, so that we can begin to now take advantage of the fact that we are an oil-producing nation. But again, there are still other issues we need to address. Like I told you earlier, I'm sure that this decision would also ginger other license holders, especially for the modular refineries, to get some funding. A lot of them have complained as to the fact that, look, their bankers are not willing to fund because they want some guarantee from the government that, number one, crude oil will supply to them locally and it will be done in Naira. So the dollar factor taken out of the conversation, and then I think we can begin to look at the positives and then build it from there. But without doing enough in terms of crude oil exploration, we're merely going to be scratching the surface. Dangote needs about 15 cargoes. We only want to do about 4 for him. He has a refinery of 650,000 daily capacity. The entire thing that the government wants to give now to all of the local refineries is about 450,000 barrels per day. So you can see that if, as the NNPCL has promised, Port Harcourt starts to work, Warri starts to work, and then Kaduna comes off stream, there will be a lot of pressure for us to now do more in terms of crude oil production. That's why people are saying that, look, the target of this government should be about 2.5 million barrels per day. So that, when we are able to do that, we are able to, feed our local refineries with crude oil supply, and then take the rest out of the country to meet up all manner of arrangements already have, whether with the foreign lenders and what have you. But we need to do more on that. And doing more on that means we need to bring investment into that sector. In fact, there was a report in the Punch newspaper over the weekend, or maybe the Vanguard newspaper, that said that for the entire 2024, at least in the last 1 year, there has not been a single investment in the upstream sector of the Nigerian oil sector. Not even one investment that's come into that sector at that level. So that should trouble us. And then announcements like people like TotalEnergies leaving Nigeria for Angola, taking a $6 million investment, should also worry us. So we need to bring that confidence back into those investors at that level. And then look at ways how we can wrap up oil exploration to be able to produce at least about 2.2, 2.5 million barrels of crude oil per day. Until we do that, all of these promises of giving Dangote and selling the Naira amount to nothing really. And then we can now begin to take advantage of the fact that we are an oil producing nation to now begin to adjust the price of petroleum products for our locals, for the vulnerable Nigerians. Subsidy is not a problem, basically. It's how we manage subsidy that has become a problem in Nigeria. So that's a very good one from the government, but there's still a lot that we need to do really to get the benefit of that decision. And then on the issue of people being patient with the government, it means well and what have you. Look, Nigerians are a very patient people. I don't think anybody expected that at the point of electing the president last year, we were expecting him to perform magic. No. But why we're not expecting the president to perform magic, we're not expecting him to make our situation worse than he met it. People are thinking, look, he promised Nigerians, hey, did you forget? At the campaign ground, the president said, "It's a for Kobale, Magbewale, Abi, okay, Kopamo, Uncle Naira Pamo, one shikini Kompamo, and love for Kobale, Ama Shikini, Amagbewale." Has anything Wale? Hey, nothing has Wale. That's why Nigerians are agitated. And that's what we are telling you. So, no, Nigerians are not impatient. And why Nigerians are even more troubled about everything going up and skyrocketing is that why they are meant to go through this hardship, tough time. On the other side of the divide, they are not even sacrificing anything. They are so quick to use 20-something billion to renovate housing. They are buying computers, buying SUVs, spending money recklessly. That's why Nigerians are worried. It's not that Nigerians are impatient. Even Nigerians are the most patient people in the world. The most patient people I've seen in the world. And Nigerians, happy-go people. We're so happy about everything. We tolerate everything. 25 years of sustained democracy has been failure back to back, successive governments. And Nigerians have tolerated it. So what we are saying is that, look, Nigerians are tolerant people. We like our leaders. We like our country. But the leaders must also show good example and show that indeed they are really committed to fixing the problems of the people. You can't elect people to go and solve your problem and then they become the problem you are solving. See, that has become the story of the average Nigerian. We queue under the sun, we stay under the rain to vote for people to go and solve our problem. They eventually turn out to be the problem we are solving. So the president, again, we are now subsidizing rice. I think that, look, we need to have a subsidy regime to that tension. And the subsidy regime can run between 6 to 12 months. And that's my own suggestion. Other people can come with that also. And I think that, look, instead of all of this money we are giving to governors, all of this rights, all of this money we are sharing, can we go back to bringing down the price of PMS? Call it whatever name you want to call it. I call it subsidy. At least for the point where we are able to fix our refineries and ramp up oil production to the point where we cannot begin to look at domestic solutions to our problem. You know, we've always said it. All of these monetary policies that the CBN is working on as far as inflation, it's just a waste of time. A lot of the issues have to do with our fiscal policy. Can we also ensure that our security operatives, politicians, traditional rulers, everyone that has come out now against protests, can also use the same efforts in their community? Let all of the others in their communities work with the youth, work with everybody, work with security operatives, hashtag secure our farm, hashtag end banditry, hashtag end kidnapping. Let us commit to that. Let the government start that movement. And you see that Nigerians will follow them. Instead of issuing all of these threats and then beginning to demonize protests in a democracy. God bless Nigeria.
Fuad, thank you very much for your perspective. We appreciate you. Well, it's time for us to get your own opinion on the conversations that we've had. Like I said, you can call us, you can send a text message, you can send a WhatsApp message, and you can also interact with us via our social media platforms that currently now double as our streaming platform. If you'd like to call in the studio, 0910. For WhatsApp or text messages, the number is 0913 6000 Again, 0913 6000 That is for text messages and for WhatsApp. Now, for those of you who would like to interact with us via our streaming platform on Facebook and on YouTube, you can find us on these platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. Just join the live stream and then you can put whatever submission you have in the live chat section of the streaming platform. My name is Mʃɪ Babalola. This is Mainland Focus, and like I said, we're talking about two stories. The recent order by the president to make crude sale available to Dangote in Naira, and marketers are excited that this will lead to something of a price crash for PMS. So chances are we'll begin to buy PMS at a more reduced price once this particular policy of the government is implemented. 450,000 barrels made available in Naira to Dangote to at least help with domestic production and domestic supply. Also, the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo, has said the president means well, and all we need to do is give him a little bit more time to rescue the country. Let me take the backlog of messages that we got earlier, and then I'll move to the phone calls. Now, during trends in the papers, we did get a couple messages. Onotori Temitope Michael said, it's unfortunate and shameful, and it's the reason that is necessary to inform the president that even during COVID-19, there was complete lockdown. The hardship Nigerians went through was not up to 1/10 of what they're experiencing now. I keep wondering why the president continued to have the mindset that sharing of grains in form of palliative is the best solution to the food inflation in the country. I can tell the president for free that the better option is to reduce the price of PMS pending when the other refineries will be working, and also when that of Dangote will become fully functional and operational. They should also provide adequate security for farmers so they go back to the farm. Believe me, everything will come back to normal. God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onotoye, thank you very much for your message. We have Alfred Ekwo Ubong, also on Facebook, who says, instead of the government investing so much effort in stopping the protest, why can't the president do a broadcast and speak to Nigerians? All right, thank you very much, Alfred. And John Bernard Ohi says protest is part of democracy as far as it is a peaceful protest. All right, thank you very much for your messages. I will take submissions on Mainland Focus now, so you can send your messages, but let's take phone calls. Don't forget, you have just 2 minutes for your submission. Let's keep it clean, let's keep it coordinated as we address these issues that have been brought to your airways. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, 𝐴𝐵 speaking from Seoul.
Welcome.
Yeah, you can see the NNPC issue now. You can see that this government is trying to fix everything. So we should just try and give them a chance. You understand? Oga Fuad was saying something. They are not talking or trying to settle issues, calling elders because they are scared. They just want to, avoid what happened before. So their government cannot be scared of anybody. So they shouldn't be saying it as if government is scared. So then we are waiting for B to sue Onanuga. The time he gave his pass because he called Jagaban. He said if Forja cannot rule Nigeria, and Jagaban did not sue. So please, he should sue Onanuga. So we are waiting for him. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your call. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Fuad. John from Oba.
All right, welcome, sir.
Yes. Well, I have spoken well again this morning concerning the effort of the government in making sure that they're going to get
Crude in Naira.
selling crude in Naira. Honestly, that was a good one. I mean, that's a good one from the president. These are the kind of steps that will assuage the mind of the people and know exactly that the government is about the people, not by grandstanding. That is number one. Then again, talking about issues, make announcements, reduce the price of fuel. You will see that this protest will not even hold. At least if that step is taken, people will know that okay, this man is about to ameliorate our suffering. There is hunger in the land. People are hungry. And when people are hungry, they do just prefer to die, honestly, because they feel that they have nothing to lose, honestly. So that's my take this morning. The president should announce that the fuel price should come down, at least to maybe 3 something for before he will be able to reorganize the other ones that have problems, at least for 6 months. The process will go down. People are hungry. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Babalola. Yeah, I like this one.
Welcome.
First of all, on the issue of Dangote's federal government giving Dangote 450 barrels for local programming, for local production. It's a good dimension, but my worry is that initially, Nigeria has we are under, I think we always produce 2 million barrels per day. What is the problem? Why do we go back? I think the federal government should improve on that, because by the time other refineries come up, how are we going to meet up the requirement? So, federal government should improve on our productivity, and then on the issue of being patient by Nigeria, Nigeria is to be so patient, but my advice to the president is he should do the needful, he should follow what it is necessary. Not, what I'm saying is that what we need, as far as we are concerned now, is about security. Let our farmers go back to farm. The issue of this, they are now saying they're going to sell bag of rice for 40 naira. How long will that serve us? But let that be security. The farmers will go to farm so that we can be self-sufficient. That is my advice to the president. And at the same time, I think it's advisable that they should give a kind of example by living. They good enough they understand that Nigerians are suffering, but at the same time, the issue of protest, it is not, protest is a kind of means of expression. Not that anybody wants to, they don't want any destruction or whatever. That is my own concern. Have
a better one. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Madam Sir.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
This is Okangwelina.
All right, welcome.
Unfortunately for those who are thinking, look, I know that the president means well for Nigerians. Even Abacha meant well for Nigerians when he was head of state. So what that minister is saying is not today we started hearing it. Fuad has suggested something, that why can't the president reduce the pump price of fuel? And I know that they themselves, government, they know that this is at the heart of the entire suffering of Nigeria. But they will never do it. They will never. At all. So when you come and tell us that he means well, I will agree with you. But is he doing what Nigerians want? The answer is no. So if you say that giving us rice, by the way, Madam says, I'll challenge you now. You will never see that rice with your eyes, not to talk of going to buy it. You will see it. It's just radio rice. That's all I will tell you. It's just propaganda. That's what I would say. You will never see the rice. And by the way, that rice, even if the rice is available, will it reduce the price? The rice they have been bringing out. They said they have been distributing rice. What has it done to the price of rice? Rice is still 85,000. So you should not tell me anything. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Albert from Kwitu.
All right.
Concerning the issue of fuel, well, it's a matter of time. I think it's just a policy statement. I want to dwell much on the issue of people should be patient with the president. Nigerians, we are patient people. The issue is that the people that surround Mr. President and the Mr. President himself, I just realized that they lack the intellectual capacity to handle the matter. They have been dancing around all the important issues. For example, now, since they have been distributing rice, what impact has it made? Secondly, they said they will be selling rice at 40,000 naira now. What will happen to those people that are producing rice? What will happen to those people that are selling rice? Is that not subsidy that they are bringing back in another way? Secondly, all those people people like Wiki, I was surprised when Fuhad was saying that he was shocked with the statement coming from Wiki. You know him very well, you know his antecedent. When he was governor, he made it practically impossible for other political parties to come and campaign in River State. These are gangsters. They are not Democrats.
Yes,
they are not.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Madam Sage and my friend Fuhad. How are you all doing?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Yes, this is the Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Maryland.
Thank you.
Yes, on this issue of the planned protest we are discussing, you see, my take is that the government insincerity is actually the main thing we should be focusing on. The government is not telling the people the truth. And that is the major problem. You know, we agree that there is problem in Nigeria, but let the people know the problem, and those that have caused the problem should be held accountable. Since President Bola Tinubu came in, how many people has he arrested and jailed for corruption? Because that is the main thing. Nigerians they want to protest over hunger. But that is just the symptom. But the main substance is corruption. It's corruption that is causing the hunger. And nobody is held accountable yet. Yaya Bello of Ogi State embezzled a lot of money. And right now he's at large. Nobody knows where he's hiding. So there's insincerity. If Yaya Bello had planned coup, they would have caught him since. But because he embezzled money and he ran away, and he's probably hiding in somebody's palace. Nobody knows where he is. That is an embarrassment, you know. And Buhari that Asiwaju told us he left empty treasury. Where is he? Has he been arrested? Has he been invited for questioning?
Thank you.
You know, so it's that lack of insincerity that Nigerians are angry with. You know, that is my contribution, Madam Sage. God bless you and my friend Fuhad.
I need you. Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello, you're alive. All right, make it back if that was you. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Silas from Ota.
Silas from Ota. Okay, welcome. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Let me first of all say that the decision of the federal government about yesterday to clear the air about supplying food oil to Dangote is a good news for us. And because of that alone, I want to credit the government. But we still have more to do.
we learned recently that in Malta, fuel is being lifted from Nigeria in cargo ship without record. Those ones should stop. Those ones should stop, and immediately. Otherwise, all these palliative things, it's not part of it at all. Because I don't know how many trucks of rice, about a few trucks of rice can do for about 200,000 people in this nation. And apart from, is it 200,000 or 200 million?
Over 200 million. I thought you were talking about the local government area. Oh, go ahead, please.
Yes. No, okay. But that is not the only thing we want in this nation. You are getting it right. Look, until all this overspending of the federal government stop. Look, if they can succeed today to bribe people to go and protest and to stop this thing, it will still do more. We can't continue this way. The nation belongs to all of us. We don't want any kind of shady dealing in the federal government. Let them make it open. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for calling. Hello.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Julius is my name. I'm calling from.
I'm sorry, what?
Julius is my name.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I'm calling from Shomolu.
Welcome.
Madam, I thank you for this opportunity you have given us to call and to speak to this government. Agapwa, too, I appreciate you very, very, very well for the good job you are doing. About this government, is it that they didn't know what they're supposed to do? They know. They know what they're supposed to do. It is just that they are being wicked to punish the citizen of this country. See them, they are now running up and down. They are now reducing the price of rice. Since people have been crying, they are hungry. The price of things are going up. The price of NEPA bills are going up. The price of every food in the market are going up. Everything we are buying in the market 2 years ago, now the price is about 8 times. 8 times of what we are buying. And yet salary remain the same for a year. 30,000. 30,000 cannot go to market and come back home in one day. Yet they refuse to do something about this nation. Now that the youth want to go out and protest, they are now sending minister are now speaking, commissioner are now speaking, governor are now speaking. It is, and that means they know that people are crying before, people are dying in the hospital every day before, and they could not do anything. It is now they are now running up and down to do something. It is well with this nation. It is only God that can deliver us from there. Thank you so much. Thank you
very much for calling. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, is Mainland Focus, and we're looking at two major stories. The decision of the president to make crude oil available for Dangote refinery in Naira. Experts predict that this particular move by the government would probably lead to the reduction in the price of PMS. I'm talking about the pump price, since the cost of production by virtue of the fact that the crude oil is in Naira would be minimized, and by extension it means the pump price would also be minimized. That's for marketers who decide to get their product from Dangote refinery. And secondly, Minister of Interior Tunji Ojo said the president means well for the nation, and all we have to do is give him some more time to rescue Nigeria, owing to the fact that this administration did meet a lot of problems when they took over power, and so they need some time to correct the wrongs before they can start to implement all of their own magnificent ideas, basically. So these are the two stories that we're analyzing this morning. You can pick any of the two or speak on the two subjects, as long as you're able to fit in all your contributions to the 2 minutes that is allotted for each speaker. Right now, I'll pause on taking phone calls so I can take Facebook messages and also a few WhatsApp messages, and then it's back to the phones again. So that's how we rotate the contributions that we will take on the program this morning. On Facebook, Tochukwu Adele Thompson says, good morning. The sale of crude in Naira will not crash prices. Rather, it would worsen the prices. Artificial scarcity will be created to cause the negative effect. The NNPCL will rather fulfill their obligations to their contracts with the IOCs and their licensees of oil marketers, and these contracts are legal, except the legal contracts are also tinkered with. These decisions shall be another insincere policy of this government, just like they've been since 2015. Thank you very much for your message. Oh, you go further to say that imagine the protest doesn't hold. A part of the political capital of the politicians would have been strengthened. No citizen protest callers will be taken serious subsequently. President Tinubu and politicians will tell people how they dealt with them. You can forgive. Why must you forget? But to forgive and also forget, they will tell you how they dealt with you. You become Mr. I do myself. Tʀᴇɪᴅs Thompson, thank you very much for your message. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, we just don't necessarily have time for the poetic submission. All right, forgive me. We have another message here. Christopher F. Young, who says, good morning, Sister Sage and Fuad. God bless you guys. Amen. Fuad, thank you for your amazing analysis. Keep it up. You have been giving us a little bit of hope that Nigeria will work, and it can work. But Mr. Fuad, are we Nigerians calling for war in the country? Why is the federal government, the governors and the politicians trying to make it look like we're calling for war in the country? God bless Nigeria. All right, thank you very much. We have a message here also from Tʀᴇɪᴅs Thompson, who says, good morning. This is a caution to Mr. Bayo Onanuga on his incitement. He should be reminded that neither President Tinubu nor former President Buhari led the 2012 protest. Both only later joined to lend their voices and support the protest. Mr. Peter Obi has already supported the protest. What else does Bayo Onanuga want? Is it not to plan to use the security agencies? Okay. Thank you very much, Tʀᴇɪᴅs Thompson. I appreciate your consistency, but this is not the focus of the day. Yahaya Moshood on Facebook says, Mr. Fuad wants PMS subsidy to be restored for like 6 months. That will be between 900 naira per litre. Subsidy, which will give about 1 trillion naira per month and 6 trillion naira for 6 months. Why are we not seeing palliatives as what it is? It's a stopgap, a measure to ease the burden on the vulnerable ones who are most affected by the subsidy removal. What we should clamor for is a better way of sharing the palliatives. You agree people are hungry and angry, yet you believe they will protest peacefully. Like we say in local parlance, they play. I expect those of us who know and have access to the mic to better educate the masses than requesting unrealistic demands from the government. Okay, thank you very much for your intelligent submission. We appreciate you. I was being sarcastic, by the way. Olumiwa says, good morning, Mainland FM. On today's focus, the decision of the federal government to sell crude oil to Dangote and other local refineries is a good one, but the government should have a little control over the price of refined fuel. The idea of leaving the capitalist to dictate the price like he did to cement is an evil one. I don't want to buy rice at 40,000 naira from the government. I want to go to the market and buy rice at 40,000 from any vendor. Muiwa from Abuja. Apparently, Mr. Muiwa, the downstream sector has been deregulated. So market forces happen to be the determinant of prices. We don't have the liberty to dictate prices anymore, especially for the downstream sector, right? So that's where the problem is. So in managing the price, the best thing to do is to subsidize. That's what we can do if we want to manage the price. There's no price control for a deregulated sector. You can't put out a price template for a deregulated sector. That's the unfortunate thing. That's the conundrum here now. But thank you very much. I'll take 1 or 2 messages from WhatsApp and then I'll go back to the phones. Please bear with me. I try to take as many submissions via text as I can. Let me take about 3 messages on WhatsApp. All right. We have here, good morning, Mainland FM. Look at... Okay. I'm sorry. Hello, Mainland FM. My name is Michael from Alimosho. Let me tell you why Nigerians have come out to protest. It's because we need to always keep the people in authority on their toes, to stretch the work of the police force and force them to retrieve all the officers carrying celebrities' bags and see their loopholes to give those who don't want a better Nigerian sleepless night. For those pro-government protesters, please, if they want to protest, let them give us their own date so that the masses can sit at home and allow them to exercise their right. When the masses want to protest, they will allow us protest as well. Thank you, Mainland FM. I'll just go back to the phones. There's a number of messages here that I have to analyze before I can read them. So let's just take phone calls. Hello.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume on your radio, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This is Bello calling from Izimo.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You see, the protest is not about APC, it's not all about PDP, it's not all about Labour Party. The protest that we are talking about is all about the 32 state governors, including the PDP governors, APC governors, Labour governors, NMPC governors. That is what the protest is all about, including the president himself. And whosoever that is telling Nigerians to be patient with this president or giving more time to the president to work it out, if not now, I believe, or my opinion, such people, those people are the enemy of this country. Why am I saying this? My reason is this. Now, next year, the president or any other politician like governor, president, they will begin to strategize their plan against 2027 election. That there will be no more time for them that time to give Nigeria good dividends of democracy. The time to wake these people up or to let these people know that we are not happy with them is now. That's what we are talking about. Particularly, if you remember, I used to call Mr. President the Asiwaju of Africa during the campaign. But now, I am each man is to wear hijab. I'm supposed to wear hijab because I'm ashamed of myself. Where I argue about him being the president, Nigeria would be a better place to live for some of my friends. But now things doesn't go that way, so I'm ashamed. So the time to protest is now to let no president have taken Nigeria for granted like this. So stop sharing food to the governors and their family. Stop giving money to the governors in the name of people. And that money, at the end of the day, nobody, the 20 truck of food, did you see any? And they are talking about the rights of hospitals. Where? So that is my concern. We have to take Nigeria from the hand of these few people. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
You too. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Good morning.
And good morning, Mr. Fᴏᴜ. My name is Isaiah from Makoka.
Welcome.
Isaiah from Makoka. Okay, so the two issues are intertwined. The minister says the president means well. The president demonstrates that with his choice or with his decision to sell a quantity of crude oil to Dangote refinery and other refiners in the nation in Naira. I'm going to appeal to Nigerians once again. We are angry, we are hungry. But you see, rage will not give us the mileage we want. It is reason that will give us the progress we want. Rage destroys, reason builds. No, see, I'm as an individual, and I speak to Nigerians now as individuals. At a personal level, the goals you set for yourself this year, have you achieved all of them as of today? If you have not achieved all your goals for 2024 as of today, will you consider yourself a failure? Won't you tell yourself to double your effort and achieve your goals? I beg you, Nigerians, let us be patient with our country. Let us believe in our country. This is our country. The countries we all jump at, they were not created by God perfect. Human beings like us built those countries. And they did not build those countries with pessimism, with anger, with bitterness. Yes, our leaders should step up. They must do well. And we have a right to hold them to account. Yes, that's our right. Even protest is our right. But how we protest, how we go about it, is what we should look at. Optimism, faith, courage, determination. These are the things we need to build a nation. Not anger, not bias, not pessimism, not hopelessness. Nigerians will work again, and Nigerians, all of us will benefit of it. Jesus, that is my belief. This president is working. Maybe not 100%, yes, but when he does right, let us encourage him so that he can have a motivation to do more for us. That's my contribution this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sage.
Thank you so very much. Well, that was a very refreshing point of view from everything we've been hearing all morning. Thank you very much for calling. 0913-6000-410 is the phone line for WhatsApp. 0913-6000-430 for text messages. You can also join us on Facebook and on YouTube via the live stream and drop your contributions using the live chat option. Please, when you call in, turn down the volume on your radio. I'm pleading with you. Turn down the volume on your radio. It hurts because we're wearing headphones. And also make sure that your submissions contain the 2 minutes that have been allotted to you. I'll continue taking phone calls. We'll pause for a bit, take WhatsApp messages, Facebook, and then it's back to the phones. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
My name is Bolaji from Ejoko.
Welcome.
Good morning, Fuhad. I appreciate all the callers this morning. But what I want to say furthermore is that the president has done it again by directing Dangote, by directing NNPC to give Dangote crude. But it is good, but in another way, I think the whole saga, the allegation from Dangote, should be taken seriously by the president. Because up to now, the president has not even come out to talk to people, which is the citizen. So the citizen need to hear from him. So to down the tension in the land. So let us be realistic with ourselves. So let that allegation be thoroughly checkmated. You know, the problem, and another minister is saying that the problem is global. But if our problem is global, are we really approaching? Are we giving the solution that the other countries are giving to theirs? So why our condition is deteriorating every day? The global, they keep leaving us behind. We keep going to them to borrow. And again, those who protested in Lagos yesterday, that is a big lesson to us. It was not a hijack. And I don't think any hoodlum was around yesterday to hijack. But the one that is even planned, they were even saying that it is going to be hijacked by hoodlum. So let government provide a place where people who are protesting will gather, so they will know how to manage the situation. That is my submission this morning. All Good right. morning, and God bless you.
You too. Hello. Hello. All right. Call us back. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Sonny. I'm calling from Alabado.
Welcome.
God bless you people. God bless that man that is there. I don't know his name.
What?
He is a human being. I get him now. Now, the move that federal government has done concerning the NNPC Dangote, it's a nice move. Implementation is next. Let us see reality on ground. Let us also be seeing it on the pages of news or on the it should be in reality. Now, because people who are the officials of NNPC and NEPA, these people that have a synergy, they are syndicate that are making this country to dry. The NEPA, the tariff have to come down, and of course, the pump price of PMS have to come down. Things will be okay. Now, what I want to say again is this, just to add to what that man has been saying, who I love, so he has been speaking my mind to God, to God Almighty. What I want to say is, are we tribalizing this issue? Is protest a crime? Protest is just an expression of anger. It's an expression of, man, you're not doing it the way we expected you to do. It's suggestive. Why are people taking it as if it's a crime? Now people are tribalizing it, that people should go to their own state and protest. People should go to their own state and protest. Which state are you asking them to go to and protest? Even if somebody destroy a particular, during the EndSARS, they destroy some properties. It has nothing to do with a tribe. It has something to do with a criminal. A criminal did that and has been caught. You need to be prosecuted. Not that you say go to your state. Other people, all these oil companies that have their headquarters in Lagos, why did you not ask them to go back to their state? People who are in Lagos or even in Abuja, are they not also, that is just it. Please, we should not tribalize this issue.
Thank you very much. I don't enjoy interrupting people, right, or whilst they're speaking, because it can derail their line of thought. But I please want us to focus on the conversation we're having this morning. I understand that the protest is largely related with the focus of the day, but let's not make this about the protest and statements that have been made regarding the protest. That's not the focus for today. It was a conversation that was had yesterday and obviously would be had on other programs today. We're talking about the statement that was credited to the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo, who said to give the president more time. Do you think that we can afford to give the president more time? That's what we're asking you. Or what can the presidency do that would, in a way, make people feel better, that would make them choose other alternatives to the protest? These are the conversations that we want to have this morning for Mainland Focus. And then also the fact that they have made a decision to make crude available to Dangote refinery being sold in Naira, and the predictions by experts that this would automatically cause the pump price of PMS to be minimized. Those are the conversations that we're having for this morning. That's why it's called Mainland Focus. 2 stories are selected and we're supposed to focus on the selected stories. So as much as you can reference other stories, let's not make that the center of conversation. Let's not deviate from the intended story for Mainland Focus. talk about the decision of the government to sell crude in Naira to Dangote and other upcoming refineries, and also comment on the statement of Tunji Ojo that we need to give the president more time. We need to give the presidency more time to rescue the country. I'm trying to reiterate it so that you can get straight to the point and address the stories that have been selected. Let me take WhatsApp messages for a bit. We have here, good morning Mainland FM. This is Gege Joshua from Ebute Meta. Let all these presidential candidates endorsing the protest come out with their children and lead in front. It's evil to push innocent Nigerians out while they are saving the lives of their family. Okay, we have a message here. Good morning, Sage, Fuhad, and fantastic people of Mainland FM. As for the solution to the protest, our president is a listening gentleman. Don't be surprised that President Tinubu may announce the revert of pump price of PMS to 180 naira to a litre the way he met it. Announced that our refineries will start working before the end of August at full capacity. That he will be compelling Gencos to stop the increase in electricity tariff with immediate effect, and also command all the security chiefs to move their offices to the northeast to tame the bandits so that people in the IDP camps can go to their ancestral homeland. Trust me, you will see that people will drop this idea of protest as prices of goods and services will drop automatically. Stephen Akimbisola from Ijegun, Lagos. These are very lofty expectations, I must say, but then nothing is impossible, I guess. Thank you very much for your message. We have here, hi Mainland FM. The decision by the government to sell crude to Dangote and other licensed refinery owners can only be believed when the crude has started to be sold, and also Dangote comes out, like he has been vocal these weeks, that he actually did receive the crude in Naira. Secondly, the only language that Nigerians will understand sincerely to give this government time will be first to unfloat the Naira. Second, reverse the removal of fuel subsidy. Reverse the fiscal policies that is chasing investors away from the country. And four, fight insecurity out of a lack of political will and release the list of sponsors of terror. Finally, cut down on allowances and not the salaries, and also the unnecessary spending of government. A message from Sean. Thank you very much, Sean. I'm still reading from WhatsApp. We have good morning, Sage and Fuad. It's a good one from the Federal Executive Council meeting yesterday that crude be sold to Dangote in Naira so that his refinery can start producing petrol for Nigerians at a price less than what we're buying it presently. Our prayer is that it will not just be mere talk as usual, but action should match with the words this time, because things are really tough to say the least. Whoever is saying Nigerians should give President Tinubu time before seeing the manifestation of his campaign promise should tell Nigerians the duration of the more time. Is it a month, 6 months, or so? Nigerians should know before we can accept the offer. Benjamin from Shogunle. Thank you very much, Benjamin. We appreciate you. Good morning, Mainland FM crew. President Tinubu and the APC are heating up the polity. They have made the nation protest more popular, even more than the purpose of the organizers. I advise them to address the main issues, because if they succeed in stopping the protest, the uncontrollable might surface unannounced. Thanks. My name is Chris Ojubeli from Ikeja. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Madam Sage. The high cost of living and hunger has outweighed the narrative of the government in whatever variation. Reversal of fuel and electricity subsidy removal is key. At least at the moment, the protest will be nipped in the bud. Noah from Igondo. Good morning. Okay, Toshukwa Daily Thompson, thank you very much for your message. I read that on Facebook already. Good morning, Mainland FM. I love a situation where a layman is told that there will be war and he keeps adamant. So also, a Nigerian government situation. All these while, I expected the president to have addressed the nation, but rather, the short-sighted SSA are branding fire. A year is enough to get direction on how to amend and pilot the affairs of the economy. To worsen things off, the FCT minister and others are saying that the president is not a messiah. People are hungry and angry. Ifeanyi from Asheshe. Let me read one more message so I go back to the phones. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. I hear the arguments that the president needs more time to make things happen, but he was quick to pass the 21 billion for VP resident, over 100 billion for jet, 5 billion for yacht, 15 billion for Lagos Coastal Highway, 160 million for Senator SUV, etc., and also increasing the salary for the judiciary by 300% and the housing units for free for them and many other things. So how come he was able to do all of this in under a year, but we that pay the taxes are the ones that suffer for it? It's not fair, and they keep giving palliative of rice, excess carbohydrates. Thank you. My name is Emmanuel from Ikeja. Emmanuel, thank you very much. I'm going back to the phones now. 0913 6000 410. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Mr. Ike from Oshodi.
Welcome.
Yes, my sister. It's quite unfortunate. We are still talking about subsidies, and patience for the president. The same patient we had for Buhari for 8 good years. We were at a spot, others were moving ahead. They want to continue having patience again. The major issue with this administration and the one before it was that they don't use technocrats to manage the administration. It's still about politics. If politics is what you are taking to come to power, when you come to power, you talk about administration. Look at Obasanjo, what made him to succeed. Some people may argue with me that it's not true. Is that he used technocrats. He didn't mind, he went across the party line and made sure he recruited people who were ready to deliver. Round pegs in round holes. But the reverse is the case as Buhari came to power. The same thing continues. When people are complaining about the inability of the particular ministry to function well, they will still leave that minister there for the rest of the administration and even in the next. So it's unfortunate. Let him do the needful. To protest is the right of the people. We are not advocating for violence, but we have to express ourselves. Even those who didn't come out, they are complaining. So those who can come out should be protected. So let them not give excuse of, hey, the protest will be hijacked. Yes, let the police and the army be there to control the whole affair. But the people are speaking. If they have not been hearing us before now, they should start to hear us now. In Lagos, people are protesting yesterday, which is their own right too. But when the other people are protesting for the other reason, we should allow them. We should not intimidate them or tell the market women they should not come out. If they come out, this and that will happen. Is that the government will want to run under democracy? Let the president change his managers. Let him change them. Let him look beyond party lines. We can compensate them with the contracts that they have been doing before now. Then let the running of the affairs be done by people who knows about it, who can deliver to the country. Thank you very much. God bless you.
You too. Hello. Hello, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Johnson from Ikeja.
All right, welcome.
Yeah. Please pick one. Those people, those Nigerians that are bringing violence into this protest, I want to beg them. I'm on my knees begging them. Please, Nigerians are not talking about fighting. We want to protest. And why do we want to protest? Against hunger, against bad governance in Nigeria. How will we do that? Are we going to carry cutlass and be killing people? No, we can't do that. We just want to let our leaders hear us. We want our president, we want our governor, we want our ministers, we want our councillors, we want our chairman to hear us. This is the time, and the time is now. Why should you tell us I want to fight? Please, somebody to help me and talk to APC chairman. Nobody wants to remove the president. He was elected. The INEC pronounced that he is the winner of our election. So he's our president. But it's a must for us to listen to us and remove this hunger from this country. Destroy and take away all these people that are calling bandits. Let him fix Nigeria. It is not. If it is a boy of Awolowo, he should follow the step of Awolowo. He must fix his country. He is the one. We don't want to remove him. He is the one. He must do it. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Hello. Oh, you're going to have to call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
My name is Malam Tama. Yeah, on Ǹغᴇ issue that Mrs. Fell could in Fᴏᴜᴜ.
Yeah.
Why is the quote? We are in a country that we cannot even meet our object quota for both of them. And Ǹغᴇ never complained of forex problem, that he don't have the hard currency to buy the crude. He complained of the crude, not the money to buy the crude. After all, by the time he he applied from US about 24 million liters per barrel of crude. He bought those things in dollars. But we are in a country where even the crude is scarce because we can't meet our quota. You understand? So this is just a political statement. When you are saying that I will sell this thing for you, while you don't even have what to sell. This is for that. This is the number one. Number two, for the Minister of Interior to say we should give some time. Which time? Why is the time? Is it when everybody collapses? I'm telling you for free, 70% of Nigerians today, they are living below poverty line. This is Babalola government. They reduce everybody to beggars. We beg to live. People beg to live. You make life unbearable and you say we should give them time. Time where? He's a minister. He has every right to test because he's getting everything free. He owns contracts. He gets money. So he can say so because he's a great insider. You understand? This is number one. And one of our callers said that he talked of target, set the target, whatever. The goal that is the president is the president of Nigeria. Every goal has a target. He set a target for himself that I want to be a president of this country. And he's now a president of this country.
Thank you.
What do you have to offer?
Thank you. Have a great day. Hello.
Ladies.
Good morning, sir.
This is Joshua calling from Ǹbùtìmẹ́ta.
Welcome.
Please, I want to ask you, see, if we don't have crude today in Nigeria, like we cannot produce crude, like we don't have to drill, won't Dangote compete? Or won't he look for a way to get his crude anywhere? I don't like this drama this man is pulling up. See, you are a businessman. Try to compete. If you have to import your crude from USA, from Saudi Arabia, and compete in Nigeria, why are you disturbing us?
You don't understand.
I don't like this drama it's bringing to the oil sector.
If he imports, it means cost of production will be high, and that automatically means that the cost of the product will be high as well.
Let him compete.
Do you have the
Let
money?
him compete.
Do you
He's
have
a
the money to
businessman.
pay?
Imagine we don't have crude. Okay, meaning he will not be doing business.
Do you understand the actual scenario playing out here?
Of course.
The fact
All
that
I'm
he
saying
has
is,
to
all I'm
import
saying
makes it too expensive that marketers cannot afford it.
if he cannot compete, let him sell his refinery. I want him to compete. Okay, imagine we don't have crude in Nigeria. He will not do business.
Compete with
At
who?
least we are
Exactly.
at least taking our crude to some other countries. It means if he has to relate with other countries and bring his crude to Nigeria, if he cannot compete, let him sell his refinery.
I don't understand, honestly. I don't understand you, but thank you. I barely understand what you're saying. Compete how? With whom? The scenario doesn't even have anything to do with competition. This particular scenario has nothing to do with competition. If he exports, or I beg your pardon, imports his crude, it means that cost of production will be expensive, and so the end product automatically will be expensive. He's in business to make money, which is why the marketers had been complaining that they're not patronizing Dangote because his products are way too expensive. But if he gets crude in Naira, it means an automatic reduction in the cost of production. All of the monies he would have used to import crude would be cut probably in half, and so reduced cost of production means an automatic reduction in the cost of the final product. So I don't know where the competition comes to play, and compete with whom, because as at this moment the NNPCL is still the sole importer of PMS at this time. I mean, they've granted licenses to many other people, but they're currently still like the sole importer of PMS. So who is he competing with, really? Is what I'm trying to understand. But thank you very much for your submission. I appreciate you. I'll take this one call and round things off with text messages. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Ify.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you now?
Well, when I meet it, having weather,
sorry.
Enter my bones. You see, we cannot wait. We cannot wait any longer. We have waited for 9 years, 2 months for this party. Have patience. Have patience. Have patience. We already do 8 years and walk away without doing nothing. Nothing. Now we are started. This is not Tinubu's government. This is APC's government. And APC has been on the throne for 9 years and 2 months by yesterday. So they cannot tell us to be waiting. Do you know what it is for 9 years in somebody's life or a nation's life? Wasted. They are wasting it. They are wasting our life. Now they've added hunger to it. I said they should not talk. We will talk. Don't raise your bullets or not. We are going to talk, talk and talk. All I want, if you people want, let for me, I want everybody to go to Abuja, to go and in front of them where the cabinet and the president and the vice is. Let us all be there. But if you say all of you cannot go there, let us all meet at your Jota. The Freedom Park. It's a Freedom Park. We don't need to go and be destroying anything. Every morning we gather there. Every morning. I've promised myself, if you put an auditor, for 2 days of the 10 days, I will come. I'm not feeling too strong, but I will come. I'll look for somewhere to sit and we will talk to government. They should not punish us again with hunger. You cannot cook soup. Many people are not eating well. Because of it, they're having constipation because there's something inside their stomach to pull out.
Thank you,
and one person will say we will do it. Just protect us, that's all.
Thank you for calling. Good morning to you. All right, let's round things off with Facebook messages. We're almost out of time. We have a message here. James Obuna says, Sage and distinguished Fuad, I greet you sanctimoniously. I'm happy that the federal government have resolved to sell crude oil to Dangote in Naira because Naira is our currency and not dollars, and Dangote is a Nigerian. It doesn't make any sense to sell what we produce in our country to our own country people in another man's currency. At least the issue of sourcing forex and landing costs has been solved and will bring down the pump price. In a short time from now, the protest must go on. We should give the president more time to do what exactly? Wait till more people die? If they're prepared to go hungry and give their food and money to Nigerians till they fix everything, then we will give them as much time as they want. Sage, I hope you are as ready as I am for Thursday. I don't know what you're talking about, James, please. I'm still recovering from what I went through over the weekend. But still, Chika says, this Tinubu emergency government, the energy they're investing in squashing the protesters, what stops him from deploying it to the economy so that the tension will calm down naturally? It's very simple to do. Just reverse the subsidy, remove taxes imposed on import duties, bring down the tariff in electricity. Secondly, the 70k minimum wage is nothing if the economy continues this way. Even my dogs can finish it in just a week, not to talk of a grown human being with responsibility. Chika Bende from Trade Fair is the author of that message. Well, Ajuri Ngalale did grant an interview recently and restated the government's position on the protest. They're saying they're not trying to infringe on the right of people to protest. They're just trying to ensure a level of decorum. So, yeah. Samuel Akorede Ogunsoya says, all these fire brigade approach by the president is not going to work. It's getting our farmers back to the farm too big for the president, or is reducing the price of PMS too much for the president to do. After all, we're still sort of paying subsidy. Why is doing the good thing for the masses a problem to these politicians? Small protest and they're all afraid. All right, thank you. Akintude Omogbolan says, the supporter of this administration saying the protesters and citizens should give the president time, that the president means well for us. Did the president mean well for the citizens? Did he do so before making life unbearable for them? Well done, Sage. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you for texting. We have another message here. Benjamin Isse, who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. It's a good one from the Federal Executive Council meeting yesterday that crude should be sold to Dangote in Naira so that his refinery can start producing petrol for Nigerians at a price that is less than what we're buying it. Presently, our prayers is that it will not just be mere talk as usual. I read this on WhatsApp already, actually. Thank you very much for sending your message. We have Steve Uyi, who says, good morning, guys. Nigerian politicians are not... All right, thank you very much for your message. I'm sorry I can't take this on radio. This is about all the messages I can take, actually. We're out of time. I apologize. I did the best I could to read as many messages as possible. You'd have to forgive me. But then we have more programs that would definitely air where we can carry on this conversation. I'm pretty certain that throughout the course of the day, our different programs that we have lined up will talk about the decision of the government to sell crude in Naira to Dangote, and also maybe even analyze the statement credited to the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo, that all we need to do is give the administration a little bit more time to fix the outstanding problems before we start to see a manifestation of their own policies. Thank you so very much for coming along with us on Mainland Focus. I appreciate all of your contributions, those of you that called, that texted, and those of you that definitely streamed. We appreciate you, and your dedication to the station is not going unnoticed. Thank you so very much. My name is Sage Babalola. We're due for another commercial, actually. After that commercial break, we'll be back at 10 for Global View. We not only talk about national issues, we try